That was obviously rather intense, as you saw, and I'm here with Jim now, one of the teachers who has been attempting to have conversations with people, and one would think that at a university setting it should be a free exchange of ideas where people can have debates. If I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. If you're wrong, I'll tell you you're wrong, and maybe we can learn something from each other. What do you think this says about the state of so-called dialogue when we're at the dialogue center and we're being shut down like this?
I think that's an excellent point. So it's really worrisome for me because I'm a teacher that lost his job 5 years ago for saying something that was true, which was no murder or missing children at any residential school, and the whole world was against me. And now, thankfully, that there are people that can see people in this room and so forth, but still an awful lot of students, because they've been so brainwashed, have no idea that it's a hoax, that Canada has always been a good country, did its best, and it began educating Indigenous children for free almost from the very beginning of Europeans coming here in the 1600s.
What's it going to take for people to understand that? I mean, literally no bodies have been excavated to this day. So, I mean, would that even satisfy these people if they know that for a fact?
Well, no. Well, you hope, but I think what the purpose of going to university is not something I wanted to do originally, but it's the idea that, if you leave a lie, embedded in society for long enough, then it becomes part of the folklore, part of the legend. William Tell didn't exist. Robin Hood didn't exist, as they're being described. And so I'm worried about residential schools where kids were educated freely, boarded. Many of them were like child welfare services where families were not taking care of their children, so they had somewhere to put them. And so this idea of a universal condemnation of a school system without any knowledge. And so what you hope at a university, you come and people are going to be interested in hearing what you have to say. But as you said very wisely, at the UBC Indian Residential School History and Dialogue Center, there was no dialogue.
Yeah, how ironic is it that this entire event was held at a place called the Dialogue Center, and literally any form of speech whatsoever was completely shut down, right?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. You just say it so well. But it's a very worrisome thing, because what differentiates a democracy from a totalitarian state is that you have basic rights and freedoms. And so free speech is something that's, it's fundamental to the many of us. I mean, I don't want to live in a dictatorship. And so I think it's a slippery slope if you allow students to transform into a mob of not just censors but witch hunters and I think almost Maoist students who are out to destroy not only teachers but their own parents.
And then the police ended up arresting Frances, or at least detaining her and getting her into a car and getting her out of here. Do you think that was for her safety, or are they appeasing the crowd here?
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. So you have the person in Canada who's the most knowledgeable in residential schools arrested.
Yeah, pretty wild, guys.